If you are an INFJ, your brain is a high-sensitivity instrument designed for deep pattern recognition. But right now, that instrument is being jammed. You wake up and immediately plug into the global brain, scrolling through outrage, memes, and data points that you didn't ask for. By 10 a.m., your introverted intuition, NI, is screaming for mercy. You feel exhausted, not because you've done a lot, but because you've processed too much noise. The algorithm doesn't want your insight, it wants your attention, and for an INFJ, attention is the currency of the soul. Today, we are practicing Digital Asceticism. I'm going to show you why the infinite scroll is a literal poison for your specific personality type, and how to build a digital cloister that restores your power. The NISE crash. The INFJ brain functions best when it can focus on one deep thread, NI, but social media is a relentless assault of extroverted sensing data. Image a high-speed montage of social media icons versus a single glowing point of light. When you consume short-form content, you are forcing your brain into a perpetual NISE loop. You are taking in data, SE, so fast that your intuition, NI, has no time to synthesize it. The result? The fog. You lose your ability to see the future because you are drowning in the instant present. To see the mystic view, you must first stop the input. Deep psychology, algorithm fatigue. The algorithm is designed to keep you in a state of near resolution, always looking for the next hit of truth or outrage. For a type that seeks closure and meaning, this is a psychological trap. You are looking for the answer in a feed that is designed to never end. Image. The Zeigarnik effect applied to infinite scrolling. The brain stays open and never rests. Digital asceticism isn't about being anti-tech, it's about being pro-depth. It's the realization that if you consume the same data as everyone else, you will think like everyone else, and a sovereign INFJ cannot afford to think like the crowd. The fear of missing out. You feel that if you unplug, you will lose your pulse on the world. You think you need to be informed to be a sage. But there is a difference between information and wisdom. Information is cheap. Wisdom is expensive. Wisdom requires the one thing the digital world hates: boredom. In a moment, I'm going to give you the Monastic Protocol, 3 digital boundaries that will instantly clear the fog and bring your NI back online with 10x intensity. The Insight Shift, the Monastic Protocol. The modern mystic doesn't live in a cave, they live in a digital cloister. The Sacred Hour Rule. No digital inputs for the first 60 minutes and the last 60 minutes of the day. This protects your hypnagogic state, the prime time for NI vision. Analog Sundays, 1 full day of low SE. No screens, no scrolling. Books, nature, or silence only. This allows your internal processor to finish all the open tabs from the week. The output to input ratio. For every hour you consume, you must create for 30 minutes. Turn the data into a journal entry, a sketch, or a synthesis. If you can't produce, you aren't allowed to consume. This week, we begin the data fast, the phone audit. Move every infinite scroll app, Instagram, TikTok, news, to the last page of your phone inside a folder named The Void. The single thread deep dive. Pick one book, one. Read it for 30 minutes every night. No skipping. Train your brain to stay with one NI thread instead of jumping between SE fragments. The silence test. Drive or walk for 20 minutes without music or podcasts. Notice the physical itch to be stimulated. That itch is the algorithm leaving your system. Stay in the itch until it turns into peace. The world is getting louder, but the sovereign INFJ is getting quieter. Your power lies in your ability to see what others miss because they are too busy looking at their screens. Reclaim your attention, rebuild your internal citadel. The modern mystic doesn't follow the trend, they observe it from the shore. Unplug, process, stay sovereign.